Donald Trump has extended the ceasefire, but the U.S. blockade of Iran's ports is still in place. The U.S. blockade is intended to pressure Iran, which has exported millions of barrels of oil since the war began, much of it likely carried by so-called dark transits that evade Western sanctions and oversight. As the United States Navy goes all out against Iran, the spotlight is on USS Spruance. Days ago, the guided missile destroyer attacked the Iranian cargo ship Touska, blowing a hole in its engine room. The USS Spruance blasted the Touska with its deck gun, a first in nearly 4 decades. The U.S. Navy hasn't struck another ship in anger with its deck gun since 1988. Here's all you need to know about the mighty Spruance warship, hunting Iran-linked vessels. The destroyer USS Spruance intercepted the Touska as it transited the North Arabian Sea at 17 knots en route to Bandar Abbas, Iran. American forces issued multiple warnings and informed the Iranian-flagged vessel that it violated the U.S. blockade. After the Touska's crew failed to comply with repeated warnings over a 6-hour period, the Spruance directed the vessel to evacuate its engine room. The Spruance disabled the vessel's propulsion by firing several rounds from the destroyer's 5-inch Mk-45 gun into the Touska's engine room. Marines assigned to the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit later boarded the vessel, which remains in U.S. custody. The Spruance is a multi-mission guided missile destroyer designed to operate independently or with an associated strike group. A crew of 350 men and women utilize the ship's technologically advanced radars and sensors, weapons, communication systems, navigational equipment, and 2 helicopters. Serving a vital part of the U.S. Navy's mission to win wars, deter aggression, and maintain freedom of the seas, her professional crew, with an average age of 22, trained to conduct precision strike, land attack, anti-surface, anti-air, and anti-submarine warfare. Spruance is armed with standard missiles and the evolved Sea Sparrow missile for defense against aircraft or missile threats, torpedoes to hunt down submarines, Tomahawk missiles for strike warfare, and a large 5-inch deck gun for land, surface, and air attacks. Helicopters can be configured to help with all warfare areas. In addition to these main armaments, for sustained presence, her crew is trained to conduct maritime interdiction missions, critical to disrupting the movements of terrorists, pirates, and drug traffickers. Trump feels Iran is sinking because of the U.S. blockade. Trump contended that Iran doesn't want the Strait of Hormuz closed. They want it open so they can sell their crude oil. Justifying the blockade, the U.S. president said the only other option to reach a deal is to blow up Iran and its leaders. The Strait of Hormuz resembles a bend looking down from space. Its narrowest point is just 33 kilometers wide. It flows from the Persian Gulf into the Gulf of Oman. From there, ships can then travel to the rest of the world. While Iran and Oman have their territorial waters in the strait, it's viewed as an international waterway where all ships can ply. The United Arab Emirates, home to the skyscraper-studded city of Dubai, also sits near the waterway. The Strait of Hormuz through history has been important for trade, with ceramics, ivory, silk, and textiles moving from China through the region. In the modern era of supertankers, the narrow strait proved deep and wide enough to allow for oil to pass through it. While there are pipelines in Saudi Arabia and the UAE that can avoid the passage, the U.S. Energy Information Administration says most volumes that transit the strait have no alternative means of exiting the region. The vast majority of the oil and gas moving through the strait goes to markets in Asia. Threats to the route have spiked global energy prices in the past as well, including during the 12-day war Israel launched against Iran in June 2025.